naughty or too nice? You decide with the Too Nice, Too Naughty podcast.
Welcome to Too Naughty, Too Nice. I always say too many twos, but we're either too naughty or we're too nice. You can't be too nice, can you? Anyway, Santa Corky here and my co-host, Lindsay Taylor. What's up, Lindsay?
Living, breathing, living the dream.
And then we have Jordan here from GNWY. I can't wait to get in the middle of this. You guys ready for some inspiration? You guys ready for some inspiration? It's time to tune in.
I'm ready.
So don't forget to subscribe, follow, make a comment. What else do you get to do? Share.
You to ring the bell, share it.
Ring the bell. That's a good one. Yeah.
Bell there.
Right.
We're figuring it out.
Right. Awesome. Jordan, it was so awesome meeting you at Spread the Cheer USA at the Cheer Choice Awards in Las Vegas in April. It was absolutely amazing. I got to hang out. We got to hang out in the same makeup room. So, I mean, all his buddies and all his people, all his, wait, would you call it your posse? Or what do you call it? You guys.
He had an entire entourage. It was
entourage. There you go. He had a whole team and all this equipment and luggage and stuff all filled up this room. It was so fun. Anyway.
Hey man, Santa, I really appreciate you. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you having me on, man. And Lindsay, thank you so much. Y'all both are amazing. It was an inspiration to meet you guys at Cheer Choice Awards for sure. And thank you for letting us borrow the dressing room. It was a blast.
It was cool. It was.
We had a lot there. It was a good time. I had fun. And it was really great to meet you too, Jordan. And Grandma liked you as well.
Oh, that's the thing he said. Meeting Grandma after party. We were talking about it before you jumped on. What he was saying.
It was hilarious, man. I was telling them, at the after party, I was walking out with my people, and then randomly Lindsay came out, and I'm thinking this is Lindsay, and then come to find out this was a whole different person, and it was hilarious. She put me on blast, and it was hilarious. But y'all are super talented.
You on blast. I was just teaching you how to not break your face when you're breaking character, right?
Right. Yeah. You were teaching me all the things, and then you were whistling at this other lady from afar, and then I was like, me? Yeah. It was incredible. What
Listen,
holler.
That's the whole thing. It's not me. Okay.
Okay. Right.
We'll save that for another time. But let's talk about you. I'm so glad that you're here and we get to dig in and get to know you a little bit better. Thank you for coming on. Where do we start with you? Tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up and where you're from and who you are.
Man, okay, let's jump into it. So Jordan Miller, I am 32. I have a 5-year-old son. My wife is beautiful and I love life. Let's get it. So, growing up in Oklahoma, have y'all ever been to Oklahoma?
No.
Drove through.
Obviously, Santa. Well, you probably
did some DoorDash there. I did some DoorDash.
You probably flew through, right?
I was gonna say that.
Some DoorDash, Chimney Dash.
Chimney Dash.
That's what's up.
That's carry on.
That's hilarious. No, we Oklahoma is a blast, man. And so as much as people hate on it here, I love it. I love it. All the allergies, all the tornadoes, all the things. And so yeah, definitely. And so growing up, I'm an only child. I don't know how many or if y'all are only children or not, but that's me. So if you talk to yourself, that's what my 24/7 was like, back in the day. Yeah. So, but growing up, I was involved in a lot of drama classes. So that's why I really appreciate Lindsay and all of your talent in the drama area. And you killed it, by the way, in writing the scripts for Cheer Choice Awards. So
yes,
incredible. Shout out to Kelly G. It wasn't me alone. Thank you so much.
Yeah, y'all did a great job. But yeah, growing up doing drama, wrestling, and doing all the things, and honestly, I realized getting out of my my high school years, I realized that a lot of the things that I was doing was really just performing and putting myself out there and then helping other people and being around a lot of people, different multiple communities of people. I wasn't necessarily the cool kid. I fit into every crowd. So then it's not really that cool anymore. So whatever, let's get into it. So, but yeah, then, but knowing and being able to fit in with everybody, I realized that I really didn't find my quote unquote place. And all I knew is that I cared for people. And they didn't really have a degree for that in college. Sorry, maybe they did, but at the community of colleges that I went to, they did not. And so yeah, I was just trying to
So
figure
what did
out
you do in
what.
college? What did you take? It sounds like you did some acting or, some, some acting classes or
Also, it
something.
sounds like
I
you were like getting into social work, but like you didn't want to do that, but like they didn't have the right degree for you. So what did you go for?
Yeah, I actually went for business, enterprise development. So, and the cool thing about that was I was already doing a little bit of what I wanted to do. I was traveling around DJing and doing music, and so whenever I graduated, I took because a lot of my friends we wrote music and poetry and spoken word
Yeah.
and raps, and then all this, and then graduated, and then found a whole nother community that really supported it. So we were like, hey, let's hit the road, let's do all this stuff. And so that's where I kind of entered into the creative arts, was right out of high school. And getting into that was awesome, and I found like a tribe. I just didn't find a purpose at the same time. And so it was a trying to find myself type of situation. And the cool thing about, well, sorry, not the cool thing, the transformative part of my story was going through this whole time, my parents really not knowing what my plan is for life, and not
Mhm.
knowing, do I have a stability, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I know in my heart, and I'm convinced, God gave me a vision to be able to use what I've been given to impact people. And I just didn't know what it looked like yet. And so the frustration and the tension of like what society wants, what my home and my parents want, and all that is definitely, there was so much tension there that
What
I
did
went
your
through
parents want? What did your parents want? What kind of pressure did you feel from home?
He's digging.
uh you said vegan?
No, I said he's digging. Santa's always
Oh,
digging.
I was like vegan. No, yeah, the pressure of that was honestly to have, um for one, a like going on to the secondary school of like, whether it was a higher education and going from the college, community college, to a higher end school, and then getting some type of degree that's like quote unquote, really recognizable or notable or whatever, or just to have a plan or something. I just knew that I didn't have a plan, and that I wanted to impact people in some type of way. And through the creative arts, like Oklahoma is really not known for creative arts. And so luckily we are now, and we're getting more acclimated to it. But at the time, it definitely wasn't that. But yeah, so that was kind of like that
So
realm.
you knew at that younger age, like college age, that you
Yeah.
wanted to do something to impact people.
Yeah.
But you weren't quite sure what that looked like, but you had the heart for it, right?
Yeah.
So
Why is that? Yeah.
did you end up like going forward with the business degree or did you leave? Like take us through that transition.
Yeah, so I actually did. I finished my degree. I finished all the things, but at the same time, I'm still building and traveling and doing all the things with my friends. And so, but like I was saying, I was going through that, and then that's when the whole transformative part of my story came. But I went through one of the darkest points of my life. So where there was the tension and just trying to figure everything out. trying to find purpose and all that kind of thing. And so I went through the darkest part of my life, and I attempted suicide twice in freshman and through my whole college career and stuff. And so so I was trying to find myself, but also losing myself at the same time. And so so yeah, going through that was hard because I felt like a lot of my friends left while I'm introducing myself to new friends, all that kind of thing. And so so yeah, I felt like I just lost myself and trying to find it at the same time. And in that in between, I felt like there was just a lot of pressure and a lot of heaviness and a lot of feeling alone. And yeah, so that was the transformative part. And then coming out of the second time, a year later, I lost one of my closest friends that I graduated high school with from suicide. And so that happening with me, and then also losing my friend. And then literally I would say maybe 6 months after that, Oklahoma, our home state, went from 32nd to the third leading state in the nation for teen suicide. And so I was like, you know what? I was frustrated because I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this plan. I'm tired of this, whatever. I'm passionate, and I now feel like I have a burden to do something. And so, and the crazy thing about my friend that passed, he actually messaged me on Facebook, and I never messaged him back. And so whenever I found out the news that we lost him, I took that weight a little more heavier, and if, guilt, all the things, regret of not reaching back out, all the things. And so it's actually something that I talk to the students about whenever we go to these schools, is that if you could just acknowledge somebody for 30 seconds, take 30 seconds out of your day to just realize that we are all human and we could be going through something. And you may not ever know, because a lot of us are really good at putting on a front so people don't see what's going on inside. And so so anyway, we started Generation Y, man, 2017, because all of my friends that I travel with, I was like, you're dope, you're dope, you're dope, I'm dope, let's do something about it. So I've traveled around with dancers, spoken word artists, rappers, DJs, and we're like, you know what, bunch of college kids, let's impact some kids, man. And so so honestly, we hit the road, and we didn't have anything. We had a Jeep Compass and packed that thing full of bodies and a sound system rental equipment from Guitar Center, and just hit the road around Oklahoma. And so we knew where we wanted to do it and where it needed to be done, how we wanted to do it, which was through the creative arts. And now we knew the why. And so that's how we came up with the name Generation Y, because we believe once you're able to understand what your purpose is, then you have something to live for, and that's really for yourself. And then once you're able to understand yourself is all that you need, and it's actually what other people need as well, then you can start impacting people through who you are and what you've been given. And so so yeah, we started it. This is our 7th year, Generation Y, WHY. For the people who do not know, that's our organization. And I'm a little biased because your boys started it, but it's an amazing organization, and it started out with the most passionate people in the world, and we still have a lot of the same people 7 years later, and we've been able to impact over 150,000 students live, and we impact 20,000 students annually, and it was all based off of broken people being able to come together as a community to impact broken people. And so a phrase that we always say is free people, because everybody says, hurting people hurt people and bully people bully people. But once you're able to understand that your why is something that can release you and make you feel like you have a purpose, make you feel free, then that's what makes you in turn free, and you can be able to free somebody else. So free people. And so so yeah, That's what Generation Y does on the travel team side. So we have a travel team that impacts tons of students all over the country, and then we have a home team now. Shout out to Marcus Black. We brought him on about a year-ish ago, and now we have a home team that we are building as well. And so we're actually looking to have multiple campuses. So that's cool. But we go into the school and do once a week. We impact 150 students once a week and go in, mentorship and doing life with them and talking about mental health, leadership, character development, all the things. And then we're also able to, show them opportunities through the people and connections. We love to introduce some students to you guys as well, but that's what the home team does. And so we just got done, and the assistant principal came up to us like, we could definitely tell the students that go to your class the difference that you've made in their life. And so it's so dope. And then students that graduate, they're able to help us out with the internship. And so we have interns throughout the summertime, and so we have home team, travel team, internship, and we're working on a curriculum this summer. And so the summer curriculum that we're building right now is going to be launching in the fall, and it'll be something that you can, like a facilitator in the schools will be able to walk students throughout the classroom, talking about same type of stuff: communication, how to deal with relationships, peer-to-peer interactions, all the things. And so the biggest thing is that we talk about this whole thing about purpose and mental health, and it's like, we really can boil it down to just the basics if we could just get these students.
What age group do you focus on?
We focus on middle school to high school, so that's our bread and butter right now, and we do as well colleges and professional development. So with the teachers, we help them as well, but we get asked all the time, middle school and high school. So it's great, and so it's a blast. You could do the worm on stage, Santa, and the kids will go nuts. And so, but yeah,
I'm here for it.
Of course. So yeah, that's what we do, man. Generation Y, it's literally evolved because every time, each year goes by, you start seeing the need grow even more so. So, so yeah, we've built a pretty cool thing over the years.
So how does a student go, hey, I'd like to do your class, or I'd like to be a part of that? What do you do to help them to get you out there so that they notice what you're doing and want to be a part of it? Are they going through some issues themselves, anxiety, depression, things like that?
We've seen it done in so many different ways. So usually we get hit up by counselors having us out, and they're like, man, we have such a big need with either, mental health or drug abuse or self-harm or any of these things that are really heavy topics. And Generation Y is able to take these heavy topics, shed light on them, don't make light of them, but shed light of them. And you know what I'm saying? So the cool thing about our team is that we have so many diverse stories. And so we're able to talk through testimonials and all the kind of thing. And then, but like, to answer your question, yes, we've had students answer or hit us up on social media or direct message us and say, yo, my school is dealing very heavily with such and such XYZ. And so then, we give them the booking route, as well as like, hey, if you have like a counselor or a principal or somebody's contact info, hand it over to us so we can be able to make this thing happen. So our goal is to try to be able to make everything that we do for free for our schools, especially here in Oklahoma. So, but yeah, so to answer your question, yes, so many students do hit us up on those terms as well.
What about bullying? Do you guys ever get into that or talk about that? That just seems to be a big thing in school, bullying.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So like I said too, is like, if schools hit us up and like, yo, we're dealing with a lot of massive amounts of disrespect or bullying or anything like that. That's
cool.
what we hit on. We hit on all the topics. We do get hit up a lot about either bullying or mental health. So those two things are pretty common in why schools have us out. as well as with our concept of purpose. If we're able to implement purpose into somebody, then that covers so many different topics. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we
custom sessions for different schools.
Yes. Yeah. So schools have always hit us up and be like, can you hit on this topic? Can you hit on that topic? And then we tailor our purpose message to either the bullying concept or the mental health concept. So yes, everything is tailored to whatever the culture and the community is going through at the time. So, but
So does
yes,
that mean
yeah,
you
we
do
do.
some schools like repeatedly? Like, have you gone back to the same schools multiple times?
We have, yes. So the cool thing about going back multiple times is that you can see the growth
Mhm.
in the culture, the growth in the conversation. Because a lot of the times we are the voice for the students. So
Yeah.
like if you go into a school and you see, the vibe is off between, because you see some tension between admin and students, and you could tell like, okay, these kids are probably some bad kids because you have some disconnected, admin and teachers and all these kind of things. And so, but then it also trickles down from there. So it's like it goes, anyways, that's another conversation. But yes, so like what we are able to do is be voices for these students that are that they're hurting, and we need to talk to. Sometimes we turn, well, I say we, mainly me. Sometimes I turn my talk toward the teachers, and it's because everybody needs to be held accountable in some way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, if you are a teacher, like let's be an amazing, accountability, and let's be an amazing inspiration to these students. Because I mean, I go through things as well, off camera and personal life and all these things, but I can't bring that into an assembly. I can't bring that into my work life or whatever, So anyway, but these students and teachers receiving the messages is always so beautiful. And you see, we have 500, or we have 50 to 100 students and teachers that come up wanting to take pictures, tell you their story, and buy merch, all these things. And it's like you're creating and you're breaking down walls just by setting a safe atmosphere for these students and teachers to be able to become one, and honestly be able to have this hard conversation in a lighter way. And so, and Generation Y was able to like break that heaviness, and being able to help ease and build bridges into that conversation. So yeah, but yes, we tailor
What is
stuff.
your one of your most impactful stories you've heard from what you're doing, and having a student say, "Hey, I was," or "I used to be," or what's one of the stories that really stands
Yeah,
out for you?
we have a lot, Santa.
Yeah, I'll
It
bet.
feels good. I'm talking to Santa. Um, we have a lot, man, but I would say a couple of them that come to mind right now. Which actually we got hit up on social media not too long ago. I'd say probably our last school that we did was McAllister High School here, not too far away from the city. But sometimes you never even hear from students until you get hit up in a DM or something, or
Right.
they tell you, you've impacted my life and all that. But there was this kid that came by, or came by. He direct messaged us and said, "Hey, you guys have impacted my life. I used to have anxiety, depression, and suffering from all these things." It's a whole paragraph. And so, but he was like, but because you were able to be free in how you express yourself, being able to talk about how it's not okay to be, or it's okay to be okay. Let's get it. It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. It's like this kid was like mind blown about it. And so he hit us up and then told us that. And then 2 weeks after that, he was like, "Hey, I just checked into this rehab place and I've been clean for X amount of year or X amount of days." And he was like, "I feel so accomplished, and it's because of you guys. I've been able to actually make this decision and move and all that. And my parents are super proud of me." And I'm like, that was super dope. As well
Yeah,
as
that's cool.
as well as a story that I told before. But whenever we were in Michigan, I would say probably 4 years ago, 4-ish years ago, there was this girl that came down with one of her friends. She was holding her backpack, she was crying, and her friend was holding her. And this it's always heavy whenever kids are bringing you their stuff, and we've been doing it for the past 7 years, and it's very difficult to like hear these things that kids go through. And like I said, I didn't go to a whole lot of schooling for it, so you're like just this empath and compassionate person that's just like, we care about the world, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we've been. And this one time, this girl came up and she was crying, and she was like, my friend was really impacted by your story. And I get to tell my story, my personal story, and all that kind of thing. And she was like, she wants to tell you something. And so she pulled out a note from her bag, handed it over, and then she just walked away. And her friend stayed, and she was like, because you were here today, my friend could be here tomorrow. And then we opened it up, and it was her letter that she planted on taking her life that day after school. And so
Oh my gosh.
those type of things is just, it's heavy, and we're trying to
That's dude.
just save a life as much as we can, man. And stuff like that is
That's dude.
reason why we do it. So
It's huge. It's heavy, but it's beautiful. It gave me goosebumps. That's crazy. What did it feel like
yeah,
to
man.
see that letter in your hands, to know that you reversed the cycle?
Man, I think that our passion for starting what we didn't know really what we were gonna get into.
Mm-hmm.
But us just starting and doing it, and I feel like the students feel the authenticity. We the authenticity of like not too much older than them kids trying to make a difference. And I think that that's kind of what sets this whole thing apart, is like, we didn't come with any agenda. We didn't come with all these degrees and schooling, because there's a lot of people who take the schooling and then jump into the field and don't know what the experience is. But we've got 7 years of experience, and then now we're trying to do the school. It's like the reverse, but we've been able to see the impact of it. And so, but holding the letter, it's like you just feel this heaviness that somebody just gave you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And but the dope thing about that is like they get to walk away with the weight lifted. You know what I'm saying? And so just like I was saying with the free people is like, if we found our purpose, and if we're able to portray what purpose looks like. And the cool thing about how we portray it is like, we've got every type of diversity you can think of, whether it's race, talent, home background, stories, all these things. It's like we're able to show what unification looks like, what a healthy communication looks, or community looks like, and this conversation around mental health. And these students, especially in Oklahoma, man, they don't see a whole lot of that. So for us to go out of our way to put on this really cool, impactful show, these kids are like, man, I'm blown away. And now I get to go to that dancer and be like, I connected with you because you danced and expressed yourself so freely. You didn't even have to talk, but you just doing what you are so passionate about. That's why I think that what you guys are doing, and you may think that, I don't know what you think about yourself, but whatever, it may come across your mind, whatever. But like, if you ever think or doubt what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? It's like you are making a difference because you're able to freely express yourself. And if you find freedom in that expression, just imagine how much freedom you are expressing to somebody else that needed that day. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for, if I wish, this is what I usually say on either podcast, but like, technically Generation Y is doing and speaking out of a way to these students, in a way that like we are speaking to the kid that we wish we you know what I'm saying, speaking to the kid, our child self, you know. And so yeah, that's what we need, you know, is that person that's ready to mentor, create a safe space, and be real about life. And not everything is easy, but it's easier when you have a community around you. And then, you know, building those blocks of self-esteem, self-worth, and inclusion, all the things, man. So yeah, it's a lot though. Yeah.
That's cool. So, you've got quite a few people. Let's say you're on the road. How many people take off and go? Jump in a car and you say you have a road team or you know, a traveling
Yeah.
team. What's that look like? What's that look like?
How many reindeer do you travel with?
9 usually.
That's actually about as big as our team. Yeah. So yeah, we travel
There you
with yeah, we travel with about 8 to 10 of us. And so luckily we have grown into having our own van that's wrapped
That's
and
huge.
has our logo on it, and then our enclosed trailer with all of our sound equipment, our merch, our lighting, our all the things. And so it's like pretty much a tour. We're taking a tour, you know, hitting the road and doing our thing. We need one, Lindsay. So if you got one, let me know. But
I don't have one yet. Yeah,
What is it?
I'm
A what?
a tour bus,
Oh, tour bus. Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
big tour bus. You know, like a giant, big Taylor Swift style tour bus. That's
There
what
you
they
go.
need.
that's
where
what
they're
we
going.
need. Yes, that's where we're going,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man,
Awesome.
yeah.
Well,
So we hit the
that's quite a production going down the road, even at this stage. How was it funded? How do you fund that?
Oh man. So yeah, we do it through okay, so like I said, I didn't take any nonprofit classes, didn't take any classes, but we started a organization when we were young, and we were like, you know what? Let's be ambitious, you know? And so we started it, and as of I would say 3 years ago, we started taking fundraising and, you know, building these communities of people who love the organization, finding businesses and foundations and stuff that really care about the kids and mental health, and actually see and understand how we do it. And that's how we've kind of been doing it right now. And the cool thing that we actually launched this month, because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. I don't know when this is dropping, but if it drops in May, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, man. And so, but I was sitting, I kind of got frustrated. I was like, you know what? I really want to be able to do Generation Y freely in a way that like I envision it in my mind. Because like whenever we first started, I had a 5 and a 10-year goal. We hit our 5-year and our 3-year. We hit our 10-year and our 5-year. So it was like, you know, it was just moving very fast and evolving and all these things. And so it's great, but we need to grow and our foundation grow as well. So I was like, you know what? I'm not good at asking people for money. Marcus is amazing at it. And shout out to Marcus. He's been able to help us build bridges to a lot of professional people and people that are, you know, in the community of the social media world and all that kind of thing. And so shout out to him. And
Marcus.
he is great. Yes. Because he did. Yes. And so yeah, we brought him on the team, and then because we were running it technically in like the same lane, and then we did a trip to Denver a couple-ish years ago ish. Last year. Whoa. Last summer. That's crazy. So yeah, we were on the road to Denver last summer, and we were like, and he rode with us, and we went to this convention, and we were like, you know what? Our hearts align, our missions align. What's up? And so we joined forces, man, and we, you know, praying about it and making sure everything was good to go, and then we came back. Anyway, long story short, funding. We're on the same track. But this past month, I was like, or 2 months ago, I was like, you know what? That's not my gift. I'm terrible at asking people for money. I know what we have. Generation Y is amazing and it's making a lot of impact. I'm just terrible at trying to sell myself and the mission and all that kind of stuff. And so we were praying about it, man, and we were like, you know what? I had to take a break and be like, I don't know what I want to do yet. Gave it up to God, man. And so he's the big man up top next to Santa. So I was like, a week later, this idea of, hey, this is a crazy idea, but what if we got 1 million people giving something, anything, starting at $5, just 1 million people. I'd say just, but that's bang a lot of people. So, but we're like, throwing it out there, and let's just call it the Million Club and have these coins and tiers and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I could sell some coins. I could definitely sell some coins to some people. So yeah, that's what we started. We started it at the beginning of this month of May, and that's going to be our crowdfunding campaign until we get 1 million people, man.
So here, let's kind of put it together for people listening. So you have a foundation. What's the name of the foundation? It is a nonprofit foundation.
501c3, yes, sir. So you could have a tax write-off, all the things. But yes, it's Generation Y, WHY, inspiring every generation by revealing their purpose and providing opportunities to pursue it. So that's it.
So now, are you guys on social media? Do you have a platform for Generation Y?
Oh, yeah. We got a platform for Generation Y, man. GNWY.co. We love to post funny content, motivational content, talking about mental health content, inspiring, all the things.
Where's your platforms on where are you at?
You could go on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the things, gnwy.co, and our website is www.pursueyourwhy.org. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yeah, man.
And go.
I was going to say, and then the coins, like, how do we get involved in that? We talked to Marcus a little bit about it. But that's is that the logo on the hat?
Lindsay, this is the hat. Okay, let me tell you about it. So, yes, this is the Million Club, man. So it's a club. We love to bring communities together. So what better way to do that than doing what we need, which is funding, and doing it in the way Gen Y does it. And that's a fun way. So we want to bring 1 million people together, and the growth of it is, I've got a crazy idea outside of just the coins. I feel like a guru when I sit like that. But we're selling these coins, and once you reach certain levels, you get different color of coins. So $5, $20, or $25, $50, all that kind of thing, and it goes up from there. So, and then once you get past 100, you get a hat, you get all of these things mailed out to you, and you become a part of the club. And not only do you get these, but you get cool incentives as well. And so our goal is. That is on our website. So go to pursueyourwhy.org, and then you hit donate now, and then it'll take you to our donate page, and then it's right there where it says campaign and it says Million Club. So yes, that's where you go.
Excellent.
And it's in the bio of all of our social medias. So
we'll make sure Elf Michael puts that information down below so you guys can go and check them out, see what they got. Get some coins, guys. You buy some coins,
get some coins,
or two, and support these people. And their information will be down below.
Thank you so much. And if you if you join the club, you Santa, you Lindsay, okay, you get a coin. Get a coin, and we would love it if you take a video of yourself, because on the coin it says I'm 1 in 1 million. Because you are 1 in 1 million, figuratively speaking and motivationally speaking. But so welcome to the club, and you all are 1 in 1 million. So
that's beautiful. Cool. That is a really
Thank
cool
you.
idea.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
So
Thank you so.
what things are you guys looking forward in the near future? Like what's coming up? What do you got going? What's on the trail for you right now?
Yeah, so during the summer we don't have a whole lot of schools, obviously, but
Oh,
we
that's
have
right. Yeah.
we actually have camps. So we're a part of some camps that are going to be going on, as well as building. And actually, I told Marcus, I was like, bro, this is the year of closing doors, and we are closing doors and finalizing, partnerships and finalizing support systems and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, and Cheer Choice Awards was amazing opportunity, man. And so to be able to even honestly be on stage, we were up for 2 awards, top 5 in some categories. We didn't get any, but we were able to present an award, and that was even honestly better than we could have expected. And we got to meet all of you guys, and honestly, it's just growing and building this platform and building the community. And so we are really in the works of some big stuff, as well as creating more teams. We have a lot of schools that are asking for our home team to come in and be mentors and disciple some kids throughout their school year. And so
Yeah,
it's
that's
building
cool. So
teams and
you're
all the
wanting to
things.
build teams in each town that you can. So I mean, that's you got seeds happening all over, or you want to get some go in that direction. That's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
That because on a local level, it can be very powerful. Also, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And we're working on building our second travel team. So we get asked to
Oh wow.
travel out a lot. So we're looking on building 2 travel teams at the moment as well. So
How
it's
do
a
you
lot,
find the people
Santa.
that will? Huh?
I was just saying it's a lot, Santa.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it. And then you're wanting to build another team. Who
See, right.
who are you looking for? That how do they get inspired to go? Hey, I want to be on your team. Or do you go up to them and say, Hey, I like what you're saying. How would you like to be on? How does that work? How do you build a team to travel or
Yeah,
to
man.
go? Towns?
Honestly, they got to fit with the vibe of the first team, and so it's a lot of traveling and close quarters. So if you like a lot of music and sarcasm and joking around and impacting kids, then this is the team for you. So, but
Right.
no, yeah, we have a lot of people that either direct message us and ask how can we be a part of the team. I love how y'all's content looks, or I love how Marcus and you speak, and how can I learn from you guys on being speakers or anything like that. So there's so many ways to get involved, and as well as with our internship, students are able to be part of the internship, so they're able to get college credit or volunteer hours. And so there's a lot of ways that students could get involved. And then the people who just join the team, like they're usually just involved in like some type of creative art, and they want to be able to either share their story or express themselves on stage, and so and inspire people through their gift. So we're able to open that door to them. And so yeah, that's a lot of our dancers. They actually dance for the OKC Thunder. And so, so yeah, we're blessed with some professional, talented dancers. A lot of them were in Vegas, and you saw them dancing it up everywhere we went. So they're like that 24/7. So yeah,
Wow.
So much energy.
yeah. It's a blast though.
It's
So
Yeah.
that's how we kind of check the vibe of people that want to be a part, and just making sure we have the right people with the right hearts, man, and that love not just expressing
of
themselves
course.
just for themselves, but it's like they want to express themselves to inspire. And that's what we've been able to curate and find people organically. And
Mhm.
so it's been a dope ride. So
Do you have any plans to branch out to have teams in other locations where you can't be, so that you have like multiple little sectors? Like if somebody in California was like, I want to help you, but I can't get to Oklahoma, but I align with your mission. Can I help out? Like, do you have people like that yet? Or Is that something you're not interested in, or would you like to?
Lindsay, you are just speaking my language, okay? But yes, that's some things that we are working on right now, because we
Cool.
do have people that are like, I love what you're doing. How can we be a part? And especially with the
Right.
like I was saying with the Cheer Choice Awards, it's like so many people were like, let's do some stuff, and I was like, dope, let's do it, and that opened up, our creative mind on like, okay, well, how do we do that? And we are working on that. So we're very interested, and we would just be looking how to build and be able to build a team in wherever it is. And so, but yes, Lindsay, we are. That's another step that we're working on.
I love it. I think that's great. It's going to be awesome for you guys. I'm trying to like wait for an email. It looked like I wasn't paying attention, but what I did was I just became one in a million. I just donated to Generation Y and, promised a monthly donation. So I'll be looking forward to my chip pretty soon, my coin, whatever it is.
Nice.
So
We will give that chip to you. Yes, I really it's just like, I think that it's cool because everything that we do has organically been a creative evolve of like, because we've done this for the past 7 years, so it's like we actually hear what students want, and we hear what donors want. We hear what all these different worlds want from either an organization or from a motivational speaker or from a creative arts group. And it's like, let's just meet them where they're at instead of trying to make something we think they need, because we're there to fill a need, not to cover it up with a band-aid. You know what I'm saying? We want to make lasting change. And so so what better way to do that is to be organically ourselves. So yeah,
Right,
it's a
exactly.
blast.
So with this, do you get because you're used to speaking and entertaining to big crowds, but do you get individuals to reach out, moms, to say, "Hey, my son really needs this." Do you get any of that to where they you have people reaching out, families reaching out to you?
Oh yeah, man. I was just telling my friends that are sitting over here. I was just talking to them about. So there's two folds to that question. There has been, students that are like, "Hey, I'm going through," or parents that'll reach out and be like, "Hey, my kid is going through X, Y, Z, and can you just either meet with them on the phone or take them out to lunch or something like that?" And yes, that's a short question or a short answer, Santa. But
Okay.
the hardest thing that we've been doing recently has been actually parents hitting us up asking us to come to their kids either memorial service or their or remembrance services and stuff like that. And
Wow.
those things are honestly so heavy, but they're also so fulfilling because these parents trust us, and they are saying, if only my kid would have gotten to hear from you guys, they may have been here
Mhm.
longer, or may still be here. And so honestly, like it this whole ride, man, has honestly been super heavy. My mom asked me the other day, she was like, do you ever like have any release from all these stories that you hear? And I think over time, and especially when you've gone through traumatic things, or kind of throughout this mental health journey, you've gone through it yourself, and figured out ways of how to grow and love yourself, and let other people love you. And I think that's another hard thing, which is another topic I guess we could hit on, or if y'all don't have time. But I think a lot of us struggle with letting others love us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we get, some people will get compliments all day long, but they only remember the bad ones. Or there's so many people around them that love them and care for them and stuff, but like they don't see those. They only think about whatever is going on in their head. And I'm guilty of that, and I've been guilty of that. And I obviously almost lost my life over that. But it's like whenever I've started to actually listen to other people and hear, the people that are close around me be like, yo, like, you are amazing. I love you. I'm here for you. All these things. It's like, damn, I do have a lot of people around me that care about me and love me and all this stuff. And it's like, that's what we want to show to these kids. But hearing these parents being able to say, I wish that my kid would have heard your message, is so you have even more of an urgency, for, okay, well, we need to get to the next school, so the next 500 or 700 students need to hear us. Okay, we need to get to the next one. And so I think that that's how my mind works, and I let, I embrace the hurt, but I'm not taking on the hurt, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that that's kind of how.
Help more people.
Right. And so yeah, it's I think that there's two folds of that. Yes, we do mentor individual kids, as well as being able to honestly point them in the right directions for job opportunities or internships of like or like some of our friends that have businesses within our Generation Y world. It's like, okay, well, you can go with Taylor with Rose Records and learn from him, or you could go with, so and so to learn from him or her or whatever. And that's the dope, like, ecosystem that we've built, that it's like, okay, we can actually say, we have opportunities for students. It's not like, yeah, come on board and join a team and in hopes to get a job. It's like, no, you can actually do this. And you can even earn money from being a content creator. You could literally do anything as long as you do it authentically and know your why. And so yeah.
I love that so much. I feel like I'm taking some of that and I'm going to have to apply some of that to my personal life and to my content creation. So I feel like I was always one of those people who never really knew my why or why I do things. And I find you to be super fascinating, so kind, so generous. Thank you so much for being so open and being so willing to share your whole story with us. I just can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Like, I know you said you got big things in the works, and that usually means, oh, we got a bunch of things that we can't really talk about yet, but look forward to it. Like, pay attention because things are going to come around. Is there a way for people to get in the know? Is there an email list they can join, or is there like something that we should plug for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. So we have that on our website as well, of like our email subscription and stuff like that. So yes, we do have that. Jump on board. And then we don't like to bug people because we have if we were to give you all the updates, we would have a lot of them. So but we would love to keep you updated at least monthly. And yes, monthly subscriptions. Jump on board. We have our own podcast as well, and so Taylor's amazing at creating, the podcasts and all that kind of thing as well. So that's on YouTube. And so it's the Gen Y podcast, the GNWY podcast. Yes, which would be dope to have y'all on. I can ask y'all. Usually, I'm the one asking questions, so this is.
I love it.
Yeah,
my turn.
right. But yeah, so
philosophy, because I like asking questions. It's I always respond to a question with a question half the time. But yeah, I'd love to come on, but I'm only going if Santa goes too.
Come on, I would love to have both of y'all, man. I'm in. But yeah, so yeah, that's all the things and all the ways that you can stay updated, as well as I can't do it. Okay, but just join the million. Join.
Do it.
Oh,
no, do it.
I'm getting.
Do it. Come on.
Do it.
I'm getting pressured by Santa, dude. Okay, cool. All right.
Do it.
Cat's out of the bag. All right. But we want to do a convention for everybody that joins the Million Club and everything, in regards to the Million Club. I'm one in a million. Everything's purpose driven, and impact everybody that joined the club and turn it into one big meaningful party, as well as a purpose filled way of showing our thanks, as well as pouring into our community that pours into us. So, the Million Club convention is something that we're working toward, man.
Awesome. I feel honored. You let it out of the bag right here on our show, and I appreciate it.
Thank
So
you. With
maybe
those
we can
little-
help support that in some way. So
Hey,
that's
just
good.
join the Million Club and help us spread awareness of what the Million Club is. That's honestly what we've been asking everybody. We don't know a million people, but I know everybody that has joined so far. They have the heart for, they don't want to see any more students struggle with mental health. They don't want to see students losing their lives. They don't want to see students getting bullied anymore. And we want to build students and people in general that have a purpose, that have something to live for. And that's honestly what we are building. And if you are able to help us, raise awareness about the Million Club and just Generation Y in general, like, that's honestly all we could ask for. So that would be
Yeah, so
incredible.
all of you out there listening, you got to do what I did. You got to go to Pursue Your Why, WHY. You got to get on that website. You got to click Donate Now. You got to join the Millionaire Club. Did I say it right? The Million Club, Millionaire
The
Club.
million,
I'm like, I'm just manifesting. I'm sorry. The Million Club.
the Million Club. Yes.
And get
Yeah.
monthly donations there
Yes.
and help these kids. I love
Yeah,
it so much.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Lindsay, you
So
went
the
above
next
and
event is
beyond. Oh, yeah.
go for
Lindsay,
it.
you went above and beyond. You did the monthly. Some people can just give. And so we appreciate it either way. But yeah, we appreciate you, Lindsay. Thank you for going above and
Listen,
beyond.
I feel like everybody, they have their own struggles and their own financial struggles and things like that. But for me personally, I looked at it like this. I just changed my whole lifestyle. I cut out so much food that I was going to, probably buy for the rest of my life. And now I can't. So I'm just giving you some of my fast food money every month. It's $5. I can afford that.
Let's
Right.
So
go.
I'm happy.
Hey, well, I really appreciate it. It's honestly, I would rather impact the world with a lot of other people that are surrounding us than trying to do it alone. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when so many people come together to be able to impact all these students.
Man, I
So
just wish we had something like this when I was in school. So when I was in middle school, we had a student that did commit suicide, and there was so very little help. And he had so many friends, and I remember, like, long story short, these kids were just in and out of the guidance counselor's office, and that's it. Right. Like, there
yeah,
was a moment of silence. That's it. There was nothing afterwards. There was, it almost like went away, like swept it under the rug, like it didn't happen and just like carry on. You know what I mean? I feel like
yeah,
it's just amazing what you're doing. And I want to thank you for doing it. And I feel
thank
like
you.
you should be so proud of yourself. And I hope that you are, because it's incredible what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
It means a lot. We just got an award the other day from this mental health coalition, and I don't take a whole lot of time to celebrate myself, but for some reason that hit home because it was from the Mental Health Society. That's like, yo, we see what you're doing, and we appreciate all the good work that you're doing. And I'm like, man, it just hit different because I was like, okay, we're making a difference. And so but thank you so much. That means a lot, Lindsay. And that's the same thing, we're speaking to the kid that we wish we had somebody like us growing up. Because I used to think, honestly, between all of us three, I used to think motivational speaking was very corny. Okay, I did not want
Oh,
to be a
sure.
I did not want to be a motivational speaker. I didn't want to do any of this, but I think doing it in the way that we're doing it makes it more authentic and it very more enjoyable. So yeah, it's exciting. Jamming
Awesome.
out.
I don't know what just happened because I didn't touch my phone. A song just started playing, but
That's
I
awesome.
resonate with what you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Right.
Apologize for interruptions.
We need to have
Right.
y'all on the team, man. It'd be dope if Santa came to Oklahoma and Lindsay came with.
Yep, I
That
would
would
love
be good.
to.
Put your
100%.
get the convention going. We'll show up.
I think
Say
it would also be
less.
fun
Let's get
to
it.
go into a school too and kind of like see what you guys do from a bird's eye view. I'd like to see it in
Yeah.
action.
Are
Yeah,
you in
maybe
Arizona?
I am.
Okay, so one of our board members is from Arizona, and I think that we will be out there in September. So
Cool.
we'll let you know.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. And
Yeah,
we need to get
dude,
out to
you never
the
know.
West Coast where you are, Santa.
Right, right. It'll be
It's
good.
actually in the North Pole.
The West
Just
Coast
saying.
of the North Pole.
Well,
Right.
it's like Northwest Pole. It's a little different than what people really think it is, but since you just basically doxed him, we're going to give you a pass on that.
That means a lot. I really appreciate it because I need my gifts coming early, just like Amazon Prime,
Oh,
baby.
really good. Good job.
Yes.
Good job. Well, hey
Y'all are
guys,
awesome.
thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys for taking a look at what Jordan and his crew is doing. I just really urge you to check out the information below and give some support to something that is doing something absolutely incredible that this world needs. That's how we change lives, one life at a time. And you guys are doing it in front of hundreds and hundreds of kids, and that is just incredible. And you stand tall in this world. Thank you for being that frontline person for our kids, and we really appreciate you. God bless you.
Well
Hey, thank
said,
y'all.
Santa. Well said. I love that.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
It's been an honor being on y'all's podcast, and yeah, you're always welcome in Oklahoma. So,
All right. Well, we can make that happen maybe soon. Maybe in September. I don't know. That sounds really good to me.
Hey,
I
let's
start
get
getting
it.
pretty
That'd be good.
busy by then. But that'll be cool.
My brain
Yeah.
just started thinking September. September.
Mhm.
Hey, man, y'all are about to be doing 1,000 backpacks, right, for skids?
We're working on it.
Oh yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to tag out Jan's in posts and stuff. But yeah,
if you're doing a pull up at a school, might as well have.
Hey, I pick up on what you're putting down. I'm gonna go throw it that way and see what comes out.
Okay.
You talk with your
Whatever you
people,
guys
we'll talk with our people.
There,
Yes,
now I
yes.
get what you're saying.
I love it. I love it. So for everybody out there, please make sure that you're following us on our socials. You can check out our podcast at Too Naughty, Too Nice on YouTube and everywhere podcast plays. And if you're here on the YouTube, I hate when I say that. Please subscribe, ring the bell,
You sound
comment.
like grandma. You sound like
Yeah, could you please go to the YouTube and hit the subscribe button, please? Dang it!
right.
That's the lady who got me.
Exactly.